I'm standing by the Nile. 7 healthy cows graze peacefully on the banks. But then, 7 horrible, sickly cows come from the same river. The most wretched I have ever seen in Egypt. Suddenly they begin to devour the healthy cattle. And yet the cows remain as sickly as before.
In my dream, there were 7 cows, fat and sleek, and they grazed peacefully.
He's a very beautiful boy.
Yes, he is.
Do you know what his crime was?
I've heard the rumors, but I don't believe it. He doesn't strike me as a fool. And everyone knows that Potiphar's wife deceives him.
I've never seen such poor cows in all of Egypt. But it was impossible to tell they had eaten the fat cows, for they looked as wretched as ever.
In my dream, I was standing on the bank of the Nile when 7 cows, fat and sleek, came up out of the river and fed on the reeds of grass nearby. And after them, there came 7 other cows, thin and very ugly, such as I had never seen in all of Egypt. And the thin and ugly cows swallowed the first 7 fat cows.
I was standing by the Nile, and 7 fat cattle came up out of the river and fed on the meadow. Then 7 lean and hungry cattle came up from the river and ate the fat cattle.
Say on. There shall be 7 years of great plenty in all of Egypt. This is what is meant by the 7 healthy cows and the 7 healthy ears.
What of the sickly cattle? And the withered ears of corn?
There shall follow 7 years of famine.
Suddenly, 7 cows came up out of the river, fine-looking and fat, and they fed in the meadow. Then, behold, 7 other cows came up after them, poor and very ugly and gaunt, such ugliness as I have never seen in all the land of Egypt. And the gaunt and ugly cows ate up the first 7, the fat cows.
I was standing on the banks of the Nile when 7 of the healthiest cows I had ever seen appeared out of the water. As those cows grazed in the reeds, 7 of the skinniest, sickest cows I've ever seen appeared out of the Nile too. The scrawny cows came up behind the healthy cows and devoured them, ate them whole.
When out of the river, 7 cows, fat and sleek, came up, and they grazed among the reeds. After them, 7 other cows came up, ill-looking, very ugly and lean. Then, the lean cows ate up the 7 fat cows that came up first. Yet, even after doing so, they looked just as lean and despicable as before.
Joseph, I dreamed that I was standing on the banks of the Nile when 7 fat cows came out of the water. Then 7 skinny cows came out of the river. And suddenly, the skinny cows ate the fat cows.